Breaking news, we could be getting a brand new Arkham game within 1 to 2 years time, so you better stay tuned for this video. Now obviously the information is going to be quite short and broad, but I kind of want to use the power of AI to also kind of expand further on this, so let's hop into this. And obviously if you like my content and you enjoy me as a person, make sure to like and subscribe because I'm going to be making some future Batman videos ahead. So we go to a tweet on Twitter by Screentime that says, a new Batman game is reportedly in the works at Rocksteady. PlayStation are also trying to get exclusivity from the game at ShapeshawNick. Now, I genuinely believe this to be true because if you think about the way that Rocksteady's been going, they've had obviously the Tortimus era of Suicide Squad, which was completely terrible. We had Arkham VR, which did incredibly well. Arkham Shadow, I think it was called, got very, very good Metacritic scores. In fact, I'm going to show those on the screen right now. And that just shows that people genuinely just want Batman. Batman is the main thing, it's the main focus, it's what we all want. And as I was scrolling this tweet, someone said, I hope it's the cancelled game Batman Beyond Arkham. And I kind of want to go over some speculation towards what that could potentially hint in this video. And also a couple of these comments were quite funny. After what they did with the Suicide Squad, it's alright, we good. I think, to be honest, I think the whole direction of Suicide Squad was very bad. I don't think it was the developers themselves. I think the whole story and the whole transaction thing, live service of the game was a very bad idea. Unless it was like similar to Batman Arkham Knight. But even still, I just want a new Arkham game. And also this is completely true. If they don't hire the old team, we don't want it. Because not many games nowadays are able to connect that same level of graphical fidelity that Arkham Knight holds. That game has something special when it comes to graphics. I mean, the game was so ahead of its time. And to be honest, I think the game looks better than even games like Cyberpunk. Exclusivity for Sony will kill that game. Song track records this year have been pure failure. To be honest, I kind of agree. I think they need to make sure that it's on all platforms. I don't really like this idea, except we don't put it on Switch, because I know they put the Arkham trilogy on Switch, but maybe if they had like a Switch port, I still don't think that's a good idea. And also, this is something also to consider, considering more than half the people who worked on the originals are gone. Not sure how I feel about this. But then again, there's also hope. There's always hope. Like, you can get some of the old game developers, but you don't need necessarily... I'm not saying you don't need them, but there are so many amazing, talented game developers out there that surely would make an incredible Batman game. And then this is also on the Batman Arkham Reddit. New Batman game reportedly in the works at Rocksteady could be a PS5, PS6 exclusive. If it is to believe that Rocksteady are developing a new Arkham game, I personally don't see why it would be a PS exclusive. I take the exclusivity thing as special skins that you can't get on other consoles, but as seen in the previous games, for example Adam West in the Justice League 3000 suits and Arkham Knight, I'm not an insider and I have no idea. Now we obviously know that this is all complete speculation, and I'm totally aboard to just completely go ahead and admit that, but the more logical step towards what Rocksteady could take is completely reviving the Batman franchise, if WB allow it, because if you think about the way that, if you see the connection between how well received Arkham Shadow was, it was well received, there was a lot of negative perception because it's on only the Oculus and the VR headsets, so it kind of annoys people, but the game is still incredible. I highly suggest that even if you don't have a VR, I would recommend just watching a complete playthrough of the game on YouTube because the story is really, really good, and I'm honestly proud of the Oculus team. Anyway, to tell what is on the screen, I thought of the whole idea of like the Batman Beyond game, and I asked this AI called Perplexity to kind of predict something. And the reason I'm saying this is because I've used AI in the past in some of my videos to see if we can, I don't know, dissect something that could potentially happen in the future, and I've been correct on a couple of occasions. And you probably won't care about this, but I've predicted Metacritic scores. I know it's not the same thing, but I've gotten incredibly right on them. Anyway, this is just for fun and conceptualization, so let me know what you think in the comments of this. So, this game could be called Batman Beyond Legacy of the Dark Knight, or they could just call it Batman Arkham Beyond, which would be awesome, but I think Batman Beyond Legacy of the Dark Knight, I love that name more. Like, I don't know, there's just something about it, if they were to like call it Batman Arkham Beyond Legacy of the Dark Knight, because the reason why that would be cool is because it wouldn't be Arkham, because Batman Arkham is Arkham, and I get it's the series and it would like connect everything, but the way that we know Batman is not, you know, in the cowl anymore, and it's a brand new Batman. So in the events of this new Arkham game, players step into the dystopian Gotham City set 40 years after the events of Arkham Knight. An aging Bruce Wayne, now 70, mentors a new Batman in a high-tech, crime-ridden metropolis. The narrative involves Terry McGinnis, a young vigilante who takes up the mantle of Batman under Bruce Wayne's guidance. As Terry patrols Gotham, he uncovers a conspiracy involving a resurgence of the League of Assassins, now led by Damian Wayne, and this would work perfectly with the end of like Arkham Knight and the way that Ra's al Ghul was treated. The story explores the themes of legacy, redemption, and the evolving nature of heroism in a world where technology blurs the line between human and machine. So what would be really cool is if we were able to play as Batman, but from the shadows, in kind of like a retired way. So switching between Terry as Batman for action, and then Bruce for detective work and strategic planning, because we know that Batman is a mastermind. And I think the death of Batman in Arkham Knight sort of solidifies that Bruce is still a very manageable and very highly intellectual person, and just showing that in a game would be awesome. I would genuinely be all for that. And even if they were to add a DLC where Batman goes out in the cowl for the last time, that would be awesome. Just to be clear, nothing like Gotham Knight. No way. Bruce sections involve using the Batcomputer to analyze evidence, to guide Terry, and unlock new tech. Now, I think because Batman is such an intellectual person, like he's very, centered around his tech, I think they could make some really cool, like, Batcomputer stuff. I think that would be awesome. Especially what we do need is we need to be able to walk around Wayne Manor, to be able to walk around in the Batcave, and also we need the introduction of the Batboat, because we haven't seen that, and having the Batboat would be awesome. Batwing and Batboat, we definitely need that. Neo-Gotham exploration, a vertically expansive city with towering skyscrapers and multiple levels of streets and skyways, which would solve the terrible proficiency of Arkham Knight. I get people said that the map was very good in Arkham Knight for like the iconicness, but to me, personally, even though the map is awesome and I love the way that like everything doesn't feel like so crowded and everything, like it feels perfect, like it feels at home. Everywhere you go, you'll remember, like it's not just loads of like streets and towers and everything. But in a way, I kind of want that. I kind of want them to make a big city, kind of like a lot like Arkham Origins, if they're able to do something like that. But even taking inspiration from Spider-Man 2, because I just want a big city. That's literally all I want. And then use the Batsuit's flight capability, so maybe we could introduce flight, which would be really cool, kind of like they did in Spider-Man 2. Would be very awesome. Combat mechanics, enhance Arkham style combat, retain a fluid combat system of the previous Arkham games, which would, we'd had literally everything. They've already built a system for the combat, so having to integrate that wouldn't be difficult. In my opinion, I think it would be pretty easy. And then we had suit augmentation, so we'd have like those augmented challenges, which were really awesome. But I think introducing a new Arkham game would be awesome, because we could use the PS5's controller, like, when it has those things that happen in the controller. Not sure what they are, like, like the vibration things. And also we'd be able to upgrade the Batsuit with various modules, allowing for customized playstyles and abilities, including enhanced strength, invisibility, and electromagnetic pulse generation. This would show the development of Bruce's and Batman's overall technology, and we could also actually see how Batman is able to get all over the place and go so quickly, because we need to explain some of his superhuman inconsistencies. Like, I know it's a game, but being able to explain how Batman can get from one place to the other would be actually kind of helpful. Even though he's not, it would be cool to kind of get a little bit of padding on that, because some of it is a bit crazy. The Batwing, aerial combat. Introduce dogfighting sequences in the Batwing. Battling enemy drones and aircraft would be so cool. Please do this, because if you do this, the way that the Batwing in Arkham Knight it looks so good. We need fighting kind of thing with the Batwing, but not the way they did it in Arkham Knight. Me personally, I didn't care about Arkham Knight. I thought they did the Batmobile quite well, even though a lot of people hated it. I loved it personally. I loved the stealth of that thing. City transportation, use the Batwing for rapid traversal across Neo-Gotham. Employ it for missions and quick insertions and distractions. I don't want to have fast travel with the Batwing. I think that they should make it so you use the Batwing to fly about, rather than just using it for fast travel. And also, it would be awesome to fly back to Wayne Manor whenever you want to, and then there's like a little loading screen, and then each time, like, you could use the Batboat to drive into the Batcave, and then you could also fly to the Batcave with the Batwing, and then vice versa. I think just taking inspiration from Lego Batman would be perfect, because that game is a blueprint for the way they could make future Arkham games. Bruce Wayne's role, mentor system. Bruce provides real-time guidance and during missions via comms. Players can request advice, unlocking the hints and puzzles or combat situations. I really hope that we're able to get a lot of speed and coherence, rather than making it so we have to do these stupid puzzles, because whilst the puzzles are very fun in the Arkham games, I believe that there needs to be a lot more speed, because Arkham Knight was really fun for that. Now that's just my opinion, so you can have a discussion about that in the comments. Batcave hub, fully explorable Batcave, train with Bruce to unlock new combat moves and detective skills. That's kind of what I went over. And then I said to the AI, go into more depth on what combat moves, what the Batwing will be useful for, and the aspects of the story, and also a title for the game, and new gliding mechanics and the building on the fear multi-takedown. I said Batman Beyond, Shadows of Neo-Gotham. That would be another cool name. combat mechanics, electrified strikes, kind of like the shock gloves from Arkham Origins, cloaking counters, so like obviously we'll be able to use Batman's enhanced, like Bruce Wayne and Batman's enhanced skills, holographic decoys would be very cool. We need like an enhancement because obviously we know at the end of Arkham Knight, Batman had his Fear multi-takedown and his Fear gas, so being able to implement that on Terry McGinnis would be so awesome. Chain takedowns, so once the Terror meter is full, execute rapid takedowns on multiple terrified foes, and it would explain Arkham Knight's ending so much more. Environmental fear triggers, using the environment, that would be really awesome. So instead of we could obviously use the environment, so like grabbing a fan off a wall and smashing it into someone's head, and then you can also use just your overall fear instead. Like, it's kind of like the symbiote from Spider-Man. I know I keep comparing it, but they could take a lot of inspiration. Glider mechanics, vertical boost, air brakes, glide combos. The reason why I like this is because we could have elevated threats in the Arkham games. To be honest, a lot of people would not really push for this whole future technology stuff. Me personally, I would love it. It would be so awesome. Then Batwing functionality, drone deployment, area and bombardment, calling for precision strikes on large groups on enemies or vehicles, launch mini drones from the Batwing or reconnaissance or combat assistance. That would be cool because if you were like in a stealth section, you could use the drone deployment, would be really awesome. Rapid deployment, fast travel between distant sections of Neo Gotham, aerial extraction, quick escapes from dangerous situations, high altitude infiltration, drop into restricted areas from extreme heights. Story aspects, generational conflict. Explore the tension between Terry's modern approach and Bruce's traditional methods. Would be cool to kind of see that contrast. It's kind of like Spider-Man in Spider-Man 2 versus Miles Morales, like how he has the powers, and then Spider-Man's obviously quite natural. Obviously excluding the symbiote. The symbiote does not count. Anyway, corporate conspiracy, uncover a plot involving Wayne's powers and the remnants of the Court of Owls. Maybe Court of Owls? I don't know. That seems a little bit, I don't know. It's got a lot of bad history with it, but if they are able to do that right, would be awesome. Investigate the development of the next gen human augmentation technology. I don't want them to go too crazy on that, but just something that they could add. Like, I know Rocksteady could kill it if WB gave them the green light and gave them the perfect team. They don't need Sweet Baby Inc. or the people that previously worked on Suicide Squad in terms of the direction for the game, but I think the game developers themselves are very talented and they are such amazing people when it comes to making video games. And then the legacy of the Bat. Discover hidden truths about the Batman legacy and its impact on Gotham. Face moral dilemmas that challenge Terry's understanding of Gotham. By expanding on these elements, the game would offer a rich futuristic Batman experience that builds upon the established Arkham formula whilst introducing innovative gameplay mechanics and a compelling narrative that explores the evolving legend of the Dark Knight. I think all of this is awesome. Let me know what you guys think in the comments of this, because to be honest, I think this sounds really awesome, like as a concept itself, because we don't know what they're going to do. I think they're going to decanonize Suicide Squad. That I truly believe that, because I don't know. I can't see them making another Arkham game after Suicide Squad. It doesn't make sense. If they did, they've truly lost it. But hey, all we want is the game to be good. That's all we literally want. So thank you very much for watching. If you can leave me a like and a subscribe, that would be greatly appreciated. And we'll see you in the next one. Maybe try stick around for another video.